In my last video, I shared a session I had with my client, and the response for the most part was good. But, baby, the other side, I was not prepared for the other side of the spectrum. I mean, some of y'all were flaming my ass in those comments. I was like, what did I do? Like, damn, my hands are up. Like, I thought that this was going to be an amazing video. It was going to click, but there was so many people that were triggered. And I was like, did I miss something? And I'm like, I don't know. That's why these client sessions go on the membership channel. And I'm like, I don't even know if we're posting another one over here on the public channel. But it was just the most out of line comments. But when I responded with what we're getting ready to talk about, most people decided to delete their comments, but there were so many comments that were bypassing the most important message in the video. The answers were there the whole time. And so many people get stuck on what's happening in their story, what's happening in her story, which I feel is very reflective of what keeps people stuck in quote unquote unfavorable circumstances. So today's message is very simple, extremely simple. I'm on my walk, so let's get right into it. I want you guys to understand that consciousness, your consciousness never asks about what the circumstances are doing and the changing pictures. It simply just is. It decides who it is, and the world, of course, bends to its will. So every question about the external world is actually a sign that you've forgotten who you are, because consciousness doesn't chase clarity from the scene, from what your SP is doing, from the past, or any of these things. It gives clarity to the scene. See, consciousness doesn't ask, what are they doing? What if it doesn't happen? And all these questions that everyone was getting so caught up in the story. That is the finite mind talking, the mind that forgot who it is. But the I am within you, your true identity, it just does not second guess. It doesn't obsess over the middle, and it doesn't analyze delay. It just knows the end. And if you've ever read any parables from the Bible, every time someone was healed, Jesus would always say, just go and sin no more. Get up and go. I'm not asking about what this is doing and all of this. I'm not asking about this. The only question is, do you want to be healed? Who are you? That is all that consciousness is asking. Do you want to remember your power? Do you remember who you are? Who are you choosing to be right now? That is the only question. So, as it says in Jeremiah 29, I want to say verse 11, this is one of my most favorite scriptures ever. It says, I know the thoughts I think toward you, thoughts of peace, not of evil, to give you an expected end. An expected end. That's the way that I am sees you. Your I am sees you as whole, complete, and wants to give you your expected end, your fulfilled desires. That is the way that I am will always see you. That is what your function is, to be fulfilled. So that is the mind of source. It only sees fulfillment, peace, and the completion. It does not see the middle. It doesn't see what all the things you're trying to piece together about why this is going on, and then what should I do about this, and he said this, and then this is going on, and I need to act this way, and I need to project before it even happens. Your I am is not saying get involved in the middle. It's saying remain in fulfillment. Who are you being? So when you are in that awareness, you do not need proof from the outside, because of course you are the proof, and you choose and assume you are the one who already has that expected end. So for this client situation, I'm going to just repeat this. I put a post up on my community tab, but I'm just going to say it. Her SP didn't immediately show up unfavorably. She assumed he would before a situation even occurred, to prove that it was going the same way. She projected based off of assuming the old state was still true, that the old story was still true. So she was telling herself within that it was going to happen the same way. So she said she cut it off before something happened, which she has done in the past, in hopes a guy would chase her, which is trying to control the how, trying to control the middle. Now, I agree with all of you that you must assume the new state, but not just for your SP, not just for that one little thing that you are trying to manifest, but for your whole life. That is in every situation, every relationship, because we're talking about identity. Who are you being? And if you're living your life fully from the new perception of, I already am chosen, or I already am the person I want to be, and they still come and disrespect you, then you obviously choose yourself. But the problem is, most people don't embody the new identity fully. They just want that one thing, like their SP, to change while still looking and acting from the old identity. And when she really got this, she realized the larger picture. She wasn't being chosen in every area of her life. So the issue was never about SP. She was just zoomed into it and thought that if her SP chose her, that means that she would be chosen. She was using that as a signal to say that I am chosen. But the whole thing was, it was really how she saw herself. It was her identity. So I want you guys to start looking at the bigger picture than the specific thing that you were hoping to get. Because we're talking about states here, someone was saying in one of the comments that if I am in the state where I'm chosen by my SP, you guys, that is not the state. A state where you are chosen by your SP, that is not the state. The state is I am chosen. I am is the identity, and then chosen is the specific focus that I am has, that your awareness, that you are conscious of being chosen. And that story comes up in the form of your SP. But that is not a state. That itself is not a state. The state is I am chosen. So that means your whole life is going to show the life of someone who is chosen, not just that one little thing, not just that one little thing. It's your whole life. You will be different. You're manifesting, which is telling the story about who you believe you are from your identity. And again, I'm going to keep saying it. Your I am doesn't care about the changing forms. The only question that will ever be asked is, who are you? So again, I'm going to keep saying it no matter what you guys think about it until you really get this in your noggin. It's not going to click. But again, you are not manifesting things, but reflecting an identity. And the world is simply mirroring what you believe your identity is in thoughts, emotions, forms, pictures, stories. So instead of chasing, fixing, or scripting endlessly, you have to return to the origin. Again, it's not about what the circumstances are doing or what it's done. It is just giving you a story or a picture that is related to your state. So you're not trying to get the thing. You're expressing a version of you that already has it, not on the way to get it, but already has it. So the desire, again, is not outside of you. It was always a reflection of the you that you are remembering. So, yes, every technique, every thought, every emotion, every circumstance, every story, every person, and yes, even every desire that arises out of awareness is secondary to I am. So, when you're using your inner senses, you should not be imagining to try to figure out the hows. You are imagining and using all of your inner senses to remember that you already are, that you already are chosen, that you already are the one, whatever the case may be. So if you're imagining from that state already, then you're remembering, yes, I am chosen. It's not specifically about the relationship. It is in the assumption that if I am who I want to be, then that relationship and all relationships must be what I imagine it to be, because that is who I'm imagining my state to be. So I really just wanted to keep this message extremely simple, you guys. Don't tussle with me in the comments, don't do it. But I just want to say that, thank you guys anyway for being here. Remember, your imagination is on your side. And we have the Mind the Mind Masterclass coming up in a few weeks in August. I'm going to do it again, but there's so much more expansive, more information. We're going to talk more about being the observer. We're going to talk about time. We're going to talk about all kind of things. And we're going to talk about how to use the mind as a tool. So we're going to go over that, and I'm excited for that because there's more information I've added to it. So if you would like to join it, it's down in the description box below. But to work with me or to get my books or anything else that you want to know, it's down in the description box below. And again, like I said, imagination is on your side, and I am too. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.